Snapchat and Rumble and fuck, shake your tits and swing your dicks. Well, we made it, kids. The first Friday of 2026 at the Ring It In proper. Here's another fart kazoo popping episode of your favorite internet sensation with libation, the Friday wrap-up. Before we get today's show kicked off, I want to tip my hat to tonight's libation. Every year for Christmas, people always bring me booze. It's the best gift to get me because I don't really need anything else. So I go to my buddy's sister's house for Christmas Eve every year. So she always buys me a bottle, and he always buys me a bottle. So his sister gave me this bottle of Basil Hayden's, which I think she gave me this last year too, which I love it. Basil Hayden's fucking great Kentucky whiskey, 80 proof, aged in an oak barrel, just delicious. Okay, it's like liquid silk. And my buddy got me a bottle of Angel's Envy rum cask aged rye, which mind-blowing. Makes a spectacular Manhattan, which I was going to do for tonight's show. However, I didn't have any bourbon-soaked cherries, and you can't have a Manhattan without bourbon-soaked cherries. So stay tuned to next week for that. But in the meantime, here's a little Basil Hayden's. I'll salute to drink up and be somebody. Oh, that goes down way too easy. All right, kids, what a fucking week. Well, happy 2026. I mean, I don't know, it feels a lot like 2025 to me. All right, so I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off real fast here. I have a big announcement, a big Friday wrap-up announcement. Okay? I didn't want to say it last week. I wanted to start the new year off with it. So here's the big announcement for 2026 for the Friday wrap-up. Okay? Ready? Drum roll. This is going to be the final season of the Friday wrap-up. I know, wait. Settle down. Let me explain. Let me tell you why. It wasn't an easy decision to come to. Actually, the show, it's funny because it started sort of as a goof during COVID, right? We're talking like, I think the spring of 2019, because I was stuck in the house. I was bored out of my mind. My landlord at the time was they had like a football team of Mexicans above me, so I needed to vent. And that's kind of how the show came about, and I really had no intention of continuing it past COVID. And then they rigged the election, and we all got fucked, and I promised on the show that I would keep it going until we righted the ship, and we did. We righted the ship. But I didn't want to end the show in the middle of last year. So I said, I had no idea it would run 5 fucking years. Okay? So it's actually going to be a little over 5 years by this time next year. So, like I said, nothing, I had no intention of running the show this long, but it's been fun, don't get me wrong. But like everything else, all good things have to come to an end, and you want to end on a high note. Okay? You don't want to beat the thing to death. Now, don't worry. The channel will still continue. All the past episodes of the Friday wrap-up, all the vintage episodes will still be there for your enjoyment. And it just frees me up to do some more creative things. It'll give me the opportunity to do more cooking shows, which I enjoy doing immensely. I just don't have the time. I'm not a professional influencer like all these other dopes on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook. And don't get me wrong, coming up with content every week is a job in and of itself. It's not exactly an easy task. So, this is just my little fucking outlet, but I'll probably, spin it off into something else, maybe some shorts here and there. But like I said, don't fret, my pet. I ain't going anywhere yet. We still got 51 weeks of fucking 2026 left and 51 weeks of just Friday wrap-up mayhem. So sit down, strap in, buckle up, and get ready, baby. Okay? Because this is going to be one wild fucking final season. If we're going out with a fucking bang. So don't you worry. So stay tuned. There's going to be lots of insanity on the show. But yes, this is going to be the Friday wrap-up's last ride. So, with that being said, on to the Hochul Hoedown. So to facilitate this ridiculous free childcare for all New Yorkers that Kamdani is suggesting, This fucking moron of a governor that we fucking have, why we still have her, I don't know. She wants to implement an income tax hike of 0.43% on all New Yorkers. So almost a 50, half a point, which is a lot of fucking money. She wants to implement a tax hike of 0.43% on all New Yorkers making $25,000 and up. So we're not only the whole fucking state is getting taxed, okay, for this free healthcare shit. Now I don't know if the free healthcare is just relegated to New York City or if it's all New York State, but all of which I don't fucking care. I don't have kids. I don't have kids. Why would I pay? Why do I have to pay for other people's fucking child care? You know what I did? I pulled out. I wore a fucking bag. I didn't fill a fucking hole full of banana juice. So why the fuck? I don't pay child support. I don't have to buy diapers. I'm not paying for college tuition. Why the fuck do I gotta pay 1 penny towards anybody else's child care? Here's the thing. If you can't afford child care, you can't afford to have kids. So take some fucking birth control. Wear a fucking rubber. Get a diaphragm, do one of those IUDs, close your fucking legs, pull out. Don't have fucking kids if you can't afford them. Why is it my problem? I managed myself properly 48 fucking years, knock wood. What the fuck? So this drunken bitch has lost her entire fucking mind at this point. Okay, like I love how they all talk about affordability. Okay, we can things have to be more affordable. So free childcare is going to make life more affordable. So it's more affordable here, but we're going to tax the fucking balls off of you on the back ends of the same people. Okay, because it's New Yorkers making $25,000 and up. If you're making less than $25,000 a year, they should just line you up and fucking shoot you. You're useless. What are you doing? You got to pay per route. Fuck out of here. So most of the people who are going to be utilizing this child care, right, would be making less than $25,000 a year, am I right? So how is it affordable if you're taking home less fucking money? Am I the only one who understands this? Like, I don't get it. Okay? This is just fucking typical Democrat politics. Oh, we're going to save you money by fisting you in the ass on the back end. The people who vote Democrat, seriously, they all suffer from clinical fucking stupidity, okay? We should be allowed to just hit these people with ball-peen hammers any fucking time we feel like it. I mean, at this point, what am I getting for my fucking money? This is just, I mean, I'm pretty sure their goal here at this point is to turn New York State into the Sahara Desert. Like, I don't think they want people in the state anymore. This is going to just drive everybody out. I mean, like, Florida is going to turn into fucking Long Island. So it's there now. It's ridiculous. Just idiotic fucking politics. All right, kids, get your tickets out. We're about to hop onto that maniacal, magical express of the mayhem and fuckery. The crazy train's about to leave the station. Woo-hoo! First stop, Lindenhurst. So, last week, I mentioned a story of a 28-year-old cashier that got stabbed on Christmas Day. Horrible tragedy. And I said, they didn't mention, they didn't give any description of the person who stabbed this kid, other than the fact that he was over 40 years old. And I said, because they purposely omitted his description that he's got to be black, because they don't mention anymore if they're black. But they'll usually say if it's white, they usually say if there's something else. And that's true. However, in this particular case, once in a while the moon turns blue. Once in a while there's a total eclipse of the sun. And once in a while, yours truly is wrong. I'll admit it when I'm wrong, so I was incorrect about this. I mean, I knew the cashier who got stabbed was black, but the guy who stabbed him was, in fact, white. Okay? More upsetting to that is his last name was Italian. It doesn't make the crime any less horrible. This clearly, if you look at the guy, clearly a Suffolk County trash bag, probably a fucking junkie who was inbred. Okay, so like I said, doesn't make it any less horrifying. But once in a blue moon, I'm wrong. However, meanwhile, somewhere in Elmont, a black man got stabbed by another black man. Shocking. Okay. Again, they didn't mention the description, but they showed a picture of the guy who stabbed. So one black stabbed another black. They were roommates. They argued. I don't know over what. Maybe somebody smoked the other guy's weed. Who the hell knows? And because they're animals, they just started stabbing each other. One killed the other guy, and that's that. So we're not in the fucking Twilight Zone. Okay? Everything is still pretty much par for the course, but once in a while, you get thrown one of these curveballs. So don't worry, because this was a white guy or black crime, they're gonna, as soon as they put him in Gen Pop, they're gonna turn his ass into a fucking jizz wagon. All right, and rightfully so. Azaluda. See, I tell you, I'm not racist. I hate everybody equally. Okay, next stop, New York City. So the destruction of New York City has officially begun. Mayor Push-Start Kamdani was sworn in on January 1st. God help us all, okay? So far, his first executive order was to rescind all of the executive orders the mayor motherfucker put in place after he was indicted. I don't understand the significance of that because the charges were dropped, okay? Which all of these executive orders that motherfucker put in place basically focused on protecting the rights of Jewish New Yorkers from anti-Semitic attacks. So, part of the voting base for Mayor Kamdani being inaugurated as mayor were Jews. There was a lot of Jews who voted for him because there's a lot of Jewish Democrats in New York City that have the inability to fucking use their brains. Okay? They don't see the fact that the guy was a communist fucking terrorist. He doesn't like Jews. And I said this, if you think next year that there's going to be a fucking menorah and a Rockefeller Christmas tree, I got a bridge I can sell you, okay? All right? I said it. Now, there's 80% of the population, believe it or not, in New York City is Jewish. Yet this guy won by a fucking landslide. So don't tell me no Jews didn't vote for this guy. And then the other Jews that have brains in their head that are Republicans, they didn't do enough to stop their fucking tribe from being stupid. So they brought this shit down on themselves. Okay? Good. You get what you fucking deserve now. Okay? Oh, God. Good. They did it to themselves. I'm not anti-Semitic. I hate everyone. Okay? The fact that a Jew voted for this fucking guy, knowing that he wants to fucking lock up Netanyahu the second he comes into New York City, you voted for this guy, which you know who you are. Fuck you. You're a jerk-off. You get what you deserve. I hope you're the first ones to get slaughtered in some kind of anti-Semitic attack. Okay? Because there were Jews who didn't vote for this guy. I feel bad for them. But, at the same time, they should have done more to control their fucking people. Because that's how... they're clannish like that. Okay? So, I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. So that was his first order of business so far. Okay? And he's appointed a lot of fucking terrorist deputy mayors and chiefs of staff here and there. The fucking top the top attorney in New York City, some fucking, fucking raghead who defended Al Qaeda. Okay? Yeah. Good luck, New York. Unfortunately, all of this shit's going to blow back on Long Island, too. That's the problem. Also, he had a block party to celebrate his inauguration in Astoria. And all the fucktards that voted for him showed up to this block party to celebrate. Oh, the new mayor, change. And then they all complained because there was no food, no music, no bathrooms. They expected at least a block party, right? A party. You expect food, music, even if it's vendors, right? Something. A bathroom, nothing, okay? So they all complained about that. Well, it's pretty fitting. Welcome to fucking communism, you fucking momos. That is the fucking... If there wasn't a better fucking analogy for communism than that, okay? So it's already starting. That's just the fucking tip of the cock. Wait till you get the whole shaft up your ass. Okay? Last stop, Minnesota. So we've talked about the rampant fucking non-profit fraud in the Somalian community, right? So on the news this week, they had this child care learning center. Non-profit, 501c3, gets funding from it's government funding approved by the states. The state's funneling fucking millions of dollars to this organization. So some influencer showed up at the center to check it out, right? Because this is one of the biggest, no kids, nobody dropping kids off. The place looks boarded up, closed. Even the sign is fucking misspelled. These stupid fucking pavement apes can't even spell learning. They put Leering Center on the fuck. Then they blame the guy who made the sign. But the sign's been there for 2-3 years now. Leering Center, okay? These fucking mush-mouthed oobies that were 5 minutes ago fucking robbing camels in the Somalian jungle or desert or whatever the fuck, okay? They can't spell learning. Shocking, right? So this was a big fucking thing, and it was because it was on the news. Then they hired some parents to bring kids, and they're giving them a kickback, and they papered over the fucking sign. It's a come on. And then here's Tim Walz going, we're investigating. This guy is Trump used the right fucking term for him by calling him a retard. Because if you look up retard in the dictionary, it's Tim Walz shoving a tampon in his ass. Fucking Momo. This makes me not want to pay taxes. Okay? Think about it. Why would you want to pay taxes at this point? You remember the fucking Biden administration? Biden, everyone's got to pay their fair share. I got to pay their fair share of taxes. And then he went and hired a football team of fucking IRS agents, extra IRS agents, to crack down on good, hard-working fucking citizens for tax evasion. He basically set up a football team of fucking IRS auditors to squeeze every last fucking nickel out of hard-working American citizens. Because let's face it, the citizens, whether you're a natural-born citizen or a legal citizen, you're paying your fucking taxes. These fucking migrants ain't paying shit, okay? They're just reaping the rewards of our tax money. So they hired IRS agents to nail us all to the fucking wall for tax evasion, only for them to defraud us and then give the fucking money to crooked nonprofits to receive kickbacks. Okay? Makes you not want to pay your fucking taxes, right? I mean, Trump's looking to get rid of the fucking IRS. His angle with the tax. This is why people bitch about the tariffs. I want to smack them all in the fucking windpipe. The whole point is to generate enough money, which is what the purpose of tariffs are. Okay? Generate tariffs, have tariffs generating enough money for the country where they don't have to tax the citizens on their fucking income tax. There used to only be, I think it was during the Great Depression, I think it was FDR, who came up with federal income tax. But it was only state back then. They had tariffs that generated money for the country, and then the states would tax, income tax for citizens, and that was that. No. They did away with the tariffs to get fucked over and get money under the table, and then they step on the necks of American citizens. You want to tell me Democrats have our best interest in mind? How about Fongol, please? Okay? Please. Cocksuckers. All right, kids, your sports update. NFL, be still my beating heart. The Giants beat the fucking Raiders last week. Shocker. I didn't watch this nail-biter of a game. I won't waste my fucking time. All I got to say is, wow, how magnificent that game must have been. Now, the Giants are 3-13 instead of 2-13. You want to know what the difference between a team that's 3-13 and 2-13? Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Okay? Giants play the Cowboys Sunday at 1 o'clock. Woohoo. Jets and Bills Sunday at 4:25. Bills. Jets and Bills. And then Saints and Falcons Sunday at 1 o'clock. This is the last weekend of regular season football. I could care fucking less. Okay, it's really like at this point, like the Giants season was over after game one. That's it. I said it after game one. I'm like, well, what's the point? I hung in there for a few games, and I'm like, what am I wasting my time for? You know, I'd watch a quarter here and there, and I'd want to fucking just staple my eyelids to the fucking table. I just, so playoffs. Let's see how that's going to shake out. Maybe make some money. Even college football this year was a little lackluster for me too. NHL, Rangers and Panthers tonight at 8 o'clock. Islanders and Maple Leafs Saturday at 7. NBA, you got your Knicks and Hawks tonight at 7:30. Nets and Wizards tonight at 7 o'clock. And Bulls and Magic tonight at 8 o'clock. Okay, kids, we're jumping right to the PSA today. So, New Year's, people making their resolutions. I'm sure you got all these fucking people that go on social media and they gotta put their stupid bullshit on. Like all these fucking assholes, right? That just go, they're like saying goodbye to 2025 and how 2026 is gonna be their year and they're gonna be stronger and they learn so much about themselves and they're blessed and 2026 is gonna be their year, etc. Shut the fuck up. Okay, you probably said the same shit last year and the year before that. Bottom line is, you were a jerk off last year. You were a jerk off the year before that. And guess what? You're going to be a fucking jerk off in 2026. Okay? You're probably still even wearing a fucking mask. Okay? And social distancing at your last New Year's Eve fucking soiree. Unbelievable. If you're waiting for some miraculous event to happen in your miserable fucking lives, I hate to break it to you. Okay? It ain't gonna fucking happen. Nothing magical happens at midnight on New Year's Eve. Okay? Nothing. You just gotta change the fucking your calendar. Ran out of pages. That's it. That's all that happened. Nothing else happened. You walk outside at 12:01 a.m. on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. It feels no different than it did at 11:59. Okay? You want to give the world a gift? Here's what you do. Go drown yourselves in a bucket, you fucking useless fucks. Anyway, stay COVIDless, kids. No mask, don't ask. Haters can kiss my ass. And remember, who loves you, babe? That's been your Friday wrap-up, and I'll see you when I see you.